Hello lovely people, and welcome to part 3 of the Mahsa doll crochet along. So in yesterday's part we've done the body, and so now in this part we will crochet the legs and the shoes. So for now we'll stick to blue or whichever color you chose for the trousers or pants. And then we'll need yarn for the shoes, so I'll use the same yarn that I'll be using for the hair, the same color to keep it simple. But yeah, feel free to choose any color you like, of course. For now we'll do the legs though, and so we start by pulling this loop out. By the way, if this is the first video you're seeing, then you can still crochet along with us. The links for part 1 and 2 are in the description box below. So please crochet along with us. Invite your friends to crochet along. We want to create as many Mahsa dolls as possible. And please share your progress and in the end your finished doll, and use all the relevant hashtags like Zan Zendegi Azadi, Woman Life Freedom, Mahsa Amini. And so now we need this stitch marker to find the center. And so I'll just squeeze both sides together. And we want 12 stitches on each side, and then 1 stitch in the center front, and the center back will form the space between the legs. And so what I usually do is I just guess where the center is at first. Let's look at her from the front, and I'll just go in here through 1 layer so far. I think this is the stitch that's most aligned with the center. You can always check with your hook. Yeah, I think it's this one. Should be fine. If not, we can still change it in the end. And now you can count. Let's count this side. That's easier. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then the 13th one here. This one should be the stitch at the center back. So we go through that one as well with our stitch marker. Close the stitch marker. So now let's double check again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And just to be completely sure, on the other side, 1, 2, 3. This is the 4th one. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Brilliant. So just making sure that it's really the center again from the back. I think that's all right. So now we start with the left leg, here with her left leg. And so I have 3 stitches left here. I single crochet 1 in each of these to get to the stitch marker. That's the first step. So however many stitches you have here, it might be 4 for you, or 2, or even more, even less. That's absolutely fine. This is now the last stitch of the round. And so we turn our doll now, and here the stitch on the left of the stitch marker, this will be now the first stitch of the round for the left leg. And so it's easiest for this first round to squeeze both layers together so that you can get your hook on this side and then single crochet in this stitch here. That's what what we're doing now. So get your hook over on this side and in the first stitch there. So let me do that again. So these two stitches are connected with the stitch marker. We're not crocheting in them. We will sew them together in the end. We will crochet in this one here now, this first one. So just pull our hook over there and single crochet in here. And that's the first single crochet of the round. And now we single crochet in the remaining 11 stitches of the round. So 12 altogether. So this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So now you can either take another stitch marker or we can actually use this one and place it in this 12th stitch. This is the last stitch of the round, and that's round 1 done for the left leg. But now we'll crochet 16 more rounds. So we'll just make a very straight leg, so just single crocheting in all 12 stitches of the round. And I'll just let you get on with it. We will fill the leg as we go, so you can pause the video here, but after a few rounds I'll take a break to fill the leg and I'll tell you when. It's really up to you, but I'll probably do 4 or 5 rounds first, then fill the leg a bit and continue crocheting. That makes it easier. If we crochet the whole leg, then it gets a bit tricky to get the filling in and distribute it evenly. So that's round 2 done already. So I'll let you get on with the next 3 rounds or so, and then we can start filling the left leg. I just finished round 5, and so this is a good time to add some more fiber fill. So I'll just divide it into small portions and push it in the leg using the back of my hook. A little more. And so this should be enough. We want to leave some space so that we don't work any of the fiber fill into our stitches. And so let's continue. Make another 5 rounds, round 6 to 10, before we add some more fiber fill. Now I'm done with round 10, and so once again I'll just pull my loop out so that I don't lose it and continue filling the leg. Just adding small portions of fiber fill. This may actually be enough already. If we overfill it, then it just comes out here on the other side. So that's enough already, I think. And now I'm just going to go ahead and crochet the rest of the leg. So round 11 to 17, 7 more rounds. And so you can pause the video here and hit play once you've completed round 17. So now I completed round 17 of the left leg, and so now if you've done the same, then you can go ahead and fasten off, but make sure to leave a long yarn tail, because this is the yarn tail that we'll use to attach the shoes later on. This is actually in the assembly part 6, but we'll already leave the yarn ends long enough so that we have them ready for that. And so I leave it, I would say this is 40 centimeters, around 16 inches. Put it through, and now we can actually make an invisible finish. At least that's what I call it. I'm not sure if that's the official name, but what I do, I thread the yarn end on a yarn needle, and to make this end here look, end of the round look nice and smooth, we now skip a stitch so we don't go in the next stitch, not this one, but this one here. So one stitch here we skip, pull the yarn through, and then we go through in between the front and back loop of the last single crochet that we made. Pull that nice and tight. And now we close this gap with something that just looks like another stitch. So this makes the end of the round look a bit smoother. And so then we'll just leave it for when we're ready to attach the shoes. But this is going to happen in part 6. So for now, we just go ahead and fill the leg with a bit more fiber fill. So I'll just prepare a small portion. And push it in there. When you do that, just make sure that it's distributed evenly so that we don't have one big lump somewhere in the leg and nothing at all in another place. So I'll add a little more. And then this may already be enough because, yeah, I think that's enough. Because we leave some space here, like a centimeter or so, like less than half an inch. Because we will insert the boots into the leg of the trousers, and this is how we're going to attach the boots. And so we need a little bit of space here so that the boots fit in, and so this is more than enough filling. So this is the left leg done, and so now we can go ahead and crochet the right leg. So the first thing we can do is put the stitch marker back into the center stitches, the front center stitch and the center stitch in the back to pin those two together, just so we don't accidentally crochet into them, because we only want to crochet in these 12 stitches the same way we did for the left leg. And now that we join a new strand of yarn, it's actually a good idea to make a loop, I would say. I just leave a long yarn end before, for making the loop, because we will use it to later close this gap in between the legs. That will be done with just 2 small stitches, but still, in case I want a long enough yarn end to do that, so maybe 30 centimeters, 12 inches I leave, and then I make a little loop by making a slip knot. Put that aside for now. So now I insert my hook here in the stitch next to the stitch marker, which marks the center front stitch. Right here. Oh, hang on. Just pushing the fiber fill down a bit so that it doesn't get worked into our stitches. So there's still some on my hook. So this should be fine now. And now we take this little loop that we just created and pull it on our hook, and then pull it through. Now we continue on the other side of the doll. So we turn it around. Now it's important to leave this yarn tail here, this long yarn end that we left to close the gap between the legs. This we need to leave outside. If it gets worked inside the leg, then it won't be of use to us. And so now we find the stitch here to the left of the stitch marker, and this is where we're going to crochet in now, right here. So we need to pull our hook a bit to get in there, and then single crochet in there. That's single crochet number 1 of the first round of the right leg. And so we repeat this 11 more times. That's 2, 3, 12 times altogether. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and the 12th one goes in here where we rejoin the yarn. So just here. And 12. So now I'm going to remove this stitch marker and place it instead in the last stitch of the round. So that's round 1 done. And as with the left leg, we make 17 rounds altogether, so 16 more to go. And as we did with the left side, we pause once in a while every 5 rounds or so to fill the leg, so that we gradually fill it and distribute the filling evenly. So I'll just let you do this on your own this time. So you can pause the video here and hit play once you completed round 17 of the right leg. So now My 17 rounds of the right leg are done. And so I'm going to leave a long yarn end for sewing on the boots again. Maybe, what did I say before? I think 40 centimeters, 16 inches. So once we've fastened off, we can again make an invisible finish. So we skip this next stitch here and then go in the next one, pull it through, and then go in between the front and back loop of the last single crochet that we made and pull through, and then we have our invisible finish. So now we can put our doll to the side for a while, and we're going to crochet the boots. So for this doll, I'll be using the lighter brown. I think this is called Root Beer, the shade. For my other doll, I used chocolate. For the boots as well, I'm just using the same for her and boots to keep it simple. But you go ahead and choose any color you like. You can choose black, of course. With darker colors, it's easier for you to see what I'm doing here on screen, but of course at home, especially if you have a good lamp, then you can go for black or darker colors if you like. And so we start the boots by making a slip knot to create a little loop. And then we chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And so now we single crochet in the next 3 chains, starting in the second chain from the hook. So obviously we can't crochet in this first one here. That's where our yarn is coming out. And so here in the next one we'll crochet. We make a single crochet here. And then a single crochet in the next chain. And a single crochet in the next chain here. So that's our first 3 single crochet done, and we should have 1 chain left here in the end. And in this one we will make 5 single crochet. So that's 1. While we do this, we turn our work. 2 and 3 in the same chain. So as you can see, after each stitch I turn my work slightly, and we can keep this yarn tail out of the way. We won't need that for anything anymore. That's 4, and then 1 more single crochet in the same space, and 5. So now we crocheted all around, and we are now on the other side of the base chains. And so now in the next 2 chains we will crochet, we make a single crochet in each of these from the other side. So as you can see here, we made our single crochet in the chain before the last chain, and now we'll make another single crochet in there from the other side, from here. So this opening, this gap that you already see, that's where we get into and make a single crochet. So now we have 2 single crochet exactly on opposite sides. So this is the one we made on the other side, and that's the one on this side, exactly opposite of each other. So we repeat this with this one here. So this is the single crochet we made on the other side, and we get in here exactly opposite of it. Make 1 single crochet here, and that's it. 2 single crochet on opposite sides. And now we finish the round by making an increase in the first chain that we crocheted in from the other side. So we only made 1 single crochet in it, which is this one here. And now we go into the same chain from the other side, and we make 2 more single crochet in there. 1 and 2. So now we have a total of 3 single crochet in there, these 2 and the first one that we made. So now we have made a round of 12 single crochet, and I'll just place a stitch marker in here. That's it. So now in round 2 we increase in the next 2 stitches. So 2 single crochet in here, and then 2 single crochet in the next one. And then in the next stitch we'll just make a single crochet, just 1. And then we have 4 increases in a row. So 2 single crochet in the next stitch, 2 single crochet in the next, two single crochet in the next, and then 2 single crochet in the next, and that's our 4 increases done. So now we're on the other side again, and we'll just single crochet 1 in each of the remaining 5 stitches. That's 2, 3, 4, and 5. So this is round 2 done. So now we have the sole of the shoe. Actually, we don't need the stitch marker for this round. You can place it in there if you prefer. But now, in round 3, we're going to crochet in the back loops only. And so, we'll just make 1 single crochet in the back loop of each of these 18 stitches. So, we just insert our hook in the back loop and make a single crochet here as well, just in the back loop, and that's it, single crochet. So this way we go all around until we have 18 single crochet crocheted in the back loop. So I'll let you to it. You can pause the video and hit play once you're done with the round. So this is round 3 done. So now we can place the stitch marker back in the last stitch if you haven't done that anyway. And so now in round 4 we single crochet in the next 5 stitches, So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now we'll decrease 6 times in a row. So we make an invisible decrease. That's 1, and then 5 more. Just in the front loops. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And so now we have 1 stitch left in the round, and we'll just make a single crochet in there. So now we're back to a stitch count of 12. You can actually hide this yarn end inside the shoe if it's bothering you. Just gonna do that real quick before we continue with round 5. So in round 5, we start with 5 single crochet again. One, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now we have 3 decreases in a row. So that's 1, 2, and 3. And in the last stitch we make a single crochet again. So now our round has 9 stitches, and in round 6 and 7 we simply single crochet in all 9 stitches. So once again I'll just leave you to it. You can pause the video and hit play once you've crocheted 2 rounds of 9 single crochet. Round 6 and 7 are done now, and so we can fasten off now. We don't need a long yarn tail here because we will use the yarn tail of the trousers to attach the boots. And so now we can just go ahead and fill the little boots, the little boot, I should say. Just going to use my scissors to get the fiber fill in. Anything that's small enough to get it through this small opening of the boot. So yeah, we want to fill them firmly, but not too much because we want the sole to remain flat so that our doll can stand later on. So there's some more space in there. Let's just add some more. And that's it. Actually, we can hide the yarn tail in there as well. And yeah, just making sure that the sole of the shoe is still nice and flat. And then later on, we'll attach them so the boot will go inside the pant leg or trouser leg, and then we'll attach it. But that's happening in part 6, I believe. So for now, we'll crochet the other boot. So you can open the description box below and click on the timestamp to follow along and crochet the second boot. And this means part 3 of our Mahsa doll tutorial is already done. And so please share your progress on social media. Use all the relevant hashtags like Mahsa Amini and Woman Life Freedom. And then in the next part, we will crochet the arms. So thank you so much for being here. I so appreciate it. And I can't wait to continue crocheting with you tomorrow. Bye.